Students can claim their work experience while they are full-time international students inside Canada with these immigration programs. Hello everyone, my name is Reza and I work with Ingwe Immigration in Canada. If you're a full-time international student or planning to be one, while working inside of Canada, you should already be aware that the time you spend working part-time or full-time while you're an international student does not count for the majority of the federal and provincial programs. But there are a few exceptions to this rule, which we will explain today in our video series. We call these the immigration hacks that most education agencies and maybe even immigration practitioners are not aware of. So everyone already knows or should know at this point that the Federal Express Entry, no matter if you're applying under the Federal Skilled Worker class, FSW, or the Canadian Experience class, CEC, or the Federal Skills Trade category, FST, any work done before you graduate successfully from a public post-secondary institution and apply for your postgraduate work permit does not count, even if it's paid for a PR immigration stream. If you're in the province of Ontario, Alberta, British Columbia, or Manitoba, their provincial programs do not count any work experience while you are a full-time student, in case you intend to use their programs to apply for your permanent residency. And here's our first province and program on our list today, which is an exception to this rule. The Saskatchewan Immigration Nominee Program, or also known as SINP. The program is the Saskatchewan Work Experience substream for international students. Here's a quick summary of the work experience eligibility criteria for this program. You've graduated from a recognized public post-secondary institution in Saskatchewan. This immigration hack does not apply if you've completed your studies in another province, although you can still apply but different criteria. You need a minimum of 6 months paid work experience, which also includes paid co-op while you're an international student. The job that you're using to apply under this program should be related to your field of study, and in NOC 0 A or B, if you're studying and have graduated or planning to graduate from an approved school in this province, you can gain the paid work experience while you're a student on or off campus for a maximum of 6 months, which can be claimed for eligibility criteria when you apply with your valid job offer from an approved Saskatchewan employer. So you don't need to wait until the end when you graduate to gain that work experience. No language requirement is needed if you have a job offer in NOC 0 A or B. And if it's in NOC C, then all you need is a minimum CLB, which is a Canadian language benchmark 4 in either French or English. And of course, minimum settlement funds, like most immigration programs out there, is also a requirement. The second most important region and program for this work experience rule for international students while working is the Atlantic Immigration Program, or also known as AIP. Now, here's the interesting part for the Atlantic provinces. For the provincial nominee programs in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland, any paid work experience while you're on a study permit as a full-time international student does not count for the immigration streams. However, the Atlantic Immigration Program, which is specifically designed for these 4 Atlantic provinces, has options available for international students. You may ask, well, the New Brunswick Express Entry student connection streams allow you to apply before you graduate, but remember, work experience in that program has to be gained before you come to New Brunswick as an international student, as it's mandatory to be in the Express Entry stream. So it won't be considered as an exemption on our list of programs today. And as of last week, May 24, 2022, this program in New Brunswick is temporarily closed until they process their backlog of applicants, and it may reopen later. Here are the details of the work experience exemption for international students under the Atlantic Immigration Program. This program is beautiful. Why, you ask? The simple reason is that it has the best of both worlds. One, you can claim paid work experience as an international student who was full-time with a valid study permit pursuing an academic program anywhere in Canada before moving to the Atlantic provinces and receiving a valid job offer from a designated employer on the AIP list, which only requires a minimum of 1 year work experience or 1,560 hours, and your paid part-time work experience on or off campus while you're a student does count. Number two, the second point is that if you're going to or did already graduate from any public post-secondary school in one of the 4 Atlantic provinces and pursued a minimum 2-year academic program and have graduated successfully, you can be exempt from any work experience when you have received a job offer from a designated employer under the AIP or Atlantic Immigration Program. That's great news for any international student in one of these 4 provinces who are not studying at a private college or 1-year public college program, which are not eligible for what we just mentioned. And just because you asked, here's our list of programs that do not require any work experience for international students who have successfully graduated and are eligible for a postgraduate work permit from eligible post-secondary institutions. The Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, which is federal. The Ontario Provincial Nominee Program for international students and postgraduate stream, such as Masters and PhD. The BC Provincial Nominee Program for skilled worker stream, although it's literally impossible to get the points without a job offer and work experience. But the international graduate stream in BC does allow you to apply without a job offer or work experience right after graduation. So does Newfoundland and Ontario with similar programs. So you may ask, under the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, how does it work? Well, international students are eligible only if they have completed their degree at an approved post-secondary institution in one of the participating towns or communities within the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. You can search online, and all those towns and communities who are participating in this program are listed on the Canadian government website. There are specific criteria to be met, but you would be exempt from any work experience under this specific program if you're an international student in those regions who successfully graduated. Here's another important tip for applicants and international students out there. Self-employed work experience inside Canada does not count, even if it was paid as a freelancer, independent contractor, or you own your own corporation and you're paid by your own corporation. Let's say you own 100% and you're paying yourself a salary. It does not count. It does count overseas before you come to Canada as an international student. But there are a few immigration hacks for inside of Canada which do allow self-employed work experience. Tune in for one of our videos during our June series, where we will explore these options for students and workers inside of Canada who want to claim self-employed work experience and apply for PR under eligible immigration programs. The key part is you don't want to work for somebody or be employed, but you want to work for yourself. And that's what we'll cover in June. Don't forget to follow us on social media to check the latest immigration news, policies, and important content regarding Canadian immigration. Check our website to read our latest articles and blogs that could help you find the answers you've been looking for regarding your plans to come to Canada or immigrate to a permanent residency here inside of Canada. At Ingwe Immigration, our team speaks over 8 languages, and we help applicants from over 47 countries with their plans to immigrate to Canada, either through work, study permits, or processing of their PR applications. Reach out to us by clicking the free assessment link below this video on YouTube or on our bio page on Instagram or Facebook. One of our licensed immigration members will assess your case against all the potential programs available across Canada. And there's a lot of those. And if you have any questions, make sure you tune in every Thursday, 9:30 a.m. North America Eastern Standard Time for our weekly YouTube live session where we answer all your questions for free on the spot. The only exemption is May 25th, which is this week, where we're off to an immigration conference in Ottawa and we won't be available for our weekly live sessions, but back again next week during the first week of June. Thanks everyone, and remember to apply with an immigration plan to Canada. Don't just apply without knowing exactly how you want to convert to Canadian permanent residency. Take care now.